YouTube was good. It's your boy, Paul Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. This is your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit that doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Every time I post up new content, listen, people, it's gonna be, well, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it's gonna be a short one, right? Because usually, every time that I say it's gonna be a short one, it actually really end up being longer than what I expect. But I just felt like I had to really do this one. And I titled it, okay, what I saw this morning on the news, right? So two things, right? And two things I saw on the news this morning, I was like, okay, one I already saw on a fellow YouTuber's channel, right? And then I actually really saw it this morning on the news, where that these celebrities pushing the issue once again. Put like this: they want you to take the shot for one. Now they sit up here in a sense telling you, hey, guess what? You ain't gotta wash your ass every day, and you don't have to act like really uh, wash your kids' ass every day. Now, Ashton Kutcher, whatever the hell his name is, he actually really came out and said it. Like, okay, if you don't actually really see, if you don't see the dirt on them, then don't wash. Or don't wash until you actually really start smelling yourself. Right? But then again, I mean, I'm just like, okay, well, depending on what the hell you do on a daily basis, guess what? You're gonna smell yourself. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you, right? For those of us that actually like really have served, right? You go out to the field. So unless you have facilities out there where you can actually really shower while you out there, then okay. But then again, I'm just like, well, if we really act like really trying to practice so-called discipline, noise and light discipline, and even smell discipline, if you actually really want to break this shit down, especially when you carry your ass across that water, right? Depending on who the enemy is, right? They will act like really catch on to like, okay, that's a smell that I ain't never smelled before, right? So for the most part, you may not don't want to wash your ass because you actually really trying to get where that the enemy can't locate your ass. It's like that one scene in Crocodile Dundee, the second one, and where he just actually really said, yeah, they 500 yards that way beyond that bridge. And he was like, and so she was like, well, how do you know that? Like, I can smell them, right? And so she was like, they sweat. He was like, no, water's aftershave. So it's just for the simple fact that if you got this strong sense of smell, then yeah, and you in somebody else's backyard, then okay, I got it. Then you might not don't need to wash your ass. But if you just out here, just to be out here, go wash your ass, right? But what? But but then again, that's how it was way back in the day, like in the 20s and 30s. Everybody didn't. Well, I'm not gonna say everybody, right? But this was the thing back in the day. where that didn't nobody, you didn't do it every day. You didn't do it every day, right? You might have did it like every third day or whatever, or whenever you actually really felt that it was necessary to doggone take a bath or whatever. So who's to say that they act like really may be going back to how it once was? Never can tell. But the thing about it though is this: depending on your job, and what you do on a daily basis, wash your ass, people. Right? Don't be listen. Put it like this: if you ain't gotta walk around, put it like this: if you can wash your ass and what, don't listen. Don't walk around funky on purpose. Because apparently this is what these celebrities are saying, and then this is what these doctors are saying. They were talking about you really ain't gotta wash every day. I'm like, really? Okay, I got it. Fuck games as usual, right? And then now that I got that out the way, we all know about the fires that's going on, the fires or the so-called fires in California, right? So again, I saw this on the news, right? And I'm pretty sure if you watched the news this morning, you saw the exact same shit that I saw, right? So here it is. It's this reporter, this news reporter. She then found her spot, and she's like, "Well, hey, I'm right here, and the fire is like right here. It's all around her, right?" And then she supposedly got the little fire resistant jacket on or whatever. But correct me if I'm wrong, people. But you surrounded by fire. This bitch ain't coughed not damn time. And she ain't, I didn't see not one bead of sweat on her forehead. But she reported where the fire is at. Right? You supposed to be right there. And then what they always say? Oh, well, we got somebody live right there at the spot. Right? But you ain't coughed not damn time. You ain't got no bead of sweat on you. So what was that? Was that a blue screen? Was that blue screen? Were you actual live? Was that an actual recording? I mean, what was it? Were you actually really live on the? Were you actually really live on the scene, like they said? Like they said you were, right? Because you won't. Because if you weren't live on the scene, then you might want to tell them people that were sitting up there back there in the office. Hey, look, guess what? We don't need to tell these people that we were live on the scene, knowing damn well that wasn't nothing but a doggone. They were just looking at a doggone blue screen or a green screen, whatever the case may be. So again, people, it's like what I always told y'all, right? Don't always believe what you see on television. Don't believe the doggone news people. Don't believe that shit that's going on in Afghanistan right now. Matter of fact, I already did a show on that. I already told you why the U.S. is leaving. They done smoked it. Put like this: they either done smoked up the opium, or they sold it, right? And so you already know how motherfuckers do. They come to your house, they smoke up your shit, they drink up your shit, they eat up your shit, and then they gone. So basically what happens is that don't always believe what the hell you see on doggone television. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door across the street, around the corner. Paul's Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Till next time.